think of the ISFJ, there are a couple of people that come to mind that sort of paint a picture of what the ISFJ looks like. And those two people are Laura Bush and also Nancy Reagan. These women have done great things in the Oval Office, and they have led different causes that have truly helped people. They have done wonderful works that serve humanity. They are upstanding people who carry themselves with a certain amount of dignity and class. They are SJs, which means that they are going to be your rule followers. So they are always going to go back to what is appropriate, what is correct, what is protocol. And so that's what they're going to bring into the workplace, into different organizations, and into their line of work. They are very serious when it comes to doing things a certain way and getting things done. So when I think of ISFJs, I also think of their motto. There are certain places where things should go. And ideally, they want things to be orderly, organized, and they want them to be in their place because they are not a chaotic type. They want things to be done the appropriate way. They're not the kind of people that you can just say, hey, go do this or go do that. They're going to back it up with what do the rules say? What does the data say? I need your signature before I proceed with this. I don't care if I know you very well. We're going to follow what the procedures say and what it has been outlined to be. They're not going to deviate very well from what the rules say. When they are given a task, they want to get it done. They want to get it done now. They want to get it done today. If that means staying up really late to get something done, they're going to follow through. And it doesn't matter if they have 5 tasks, 10 tasks to do. They're going to do it, and they're going to do it correctly. They are definitely dependable and reliable people. They also believe in being on time. Things have to make logical sense to them. They don't want to do things in a made-up, crazy way. And they're going to pick up on all of those little minute details and facts. If you want to upset an ISFJ, put them in a position where there's a whole lot of chaos at work, there are no rules, or they're working with a group of people who decide that they're not going to follow the rules, or they're not going to come through, or they want to be all over the place. You're probably going to see a temper come out. They're going to let you know that they don't appreciate it, or they're going to be internally very, very frustrated. If you deviate from that and you start changing things up, that can be very irritating and annoying. They can be very stubborn. They can really dig in their heels and not budge. Even if sometimes leniency or being able to be a little bit flexible is needed, they're not going to do that very well. And you're going to see a couple of different sides. There are some ISFJs who can be very prim, very proper, very etiquette driven, like this is how we do things. And then you're going to have the ISFJs who can be vulgar, but then they're also going to have a side that they're also going to give back to their community and help people out, and they're very good at that. I don't think that they're really martyrs, but they can border on it. There might be some people in their family who say, hey, you're taking on too much, you need to slow down, why are you getting taken advantage of? As an ISFJ, they know how things should be done and how they want to do things, and so they can come into a group and model for them, this is how you need to do this, this is how you need to do that. Now sometimes that is not necessarily wanted, especially if they're working with somebody who's a little bit more all over the place or has a need to be flexible. I think sometimes they may perceive themselves as being very nice and I'm such a good person. But sometimes their delivery can be harsh or very straightforward because they're censors, judges. That type is a more dominating, strong, straightforward temperament. They're not going to be fake. They're going to want to speak to their truth. Now, if you get a perfectionist on the Enneagram, they're going to be super detail-minded. So they're going to be checking every little tiny, teeny detail. You said this, but you're doing that. They're not going to be as flexible on any type of little tiny detail. Sometimes they can give you this look, this stare, like you ask them a question and they can look at you like kind of harsh to maybe keep people at bay sometimes, or keep people off of them a little bit, or to just kind of keep you in check a little bit. And it kind of makes you say, okay, never mind. Some of that is introversion. They're thinking, they're putting together their thoughts. They want to give you a good answer to something and not steer you wrong. They can speak their mind, be very, very straightforward in what it is that they want to say. And I think that's what can make them feel a little intimidating. They're looking out for their people. Because remember, SJs are also guardians, so they have that big guardian thing going on. So they're going to look out for you in the sense that they're going to make sure you have everything you need, everything you want, everything is working appropriately. So that feels really good to have an ISFJ in your corner, and they're going to come in and they're going to take away all of the chaos. Now, some ISFJs might like being with people and doing things with people, and then other ISFJs, they really don't. I think all of them need some level of rejuvenation time. If you're having a hard time, they don't mind stepping in and helping you. They're all about help. They can be great people to be around. I personally get along with them quite well. I have a couple of friends. And then I have another friend who's an ISFJ who I can be kind of feisty with, but I think she's a 4 on the Enneagram. So you're going to see I'm following the rules, but I'm going to break those rules occasionally because it's the 4. So they need to be able to do things in sort of their own way. If they are your friend, they are going to be very loyal to you. In fact, I think they want you to call on them. One of the fun things to me about some ISFJs is, and this is going to sound really weird, because they can kind of go into a professional complainer kind of mode where they're complaining about this is not done right, that's not done this way, and why don't these people care about these people? I don't understand it. How can they just let things fall to pieces in this way? I mean, things should be done right. Thank goodness they want to do things the right and appropriate way, and in that sense they can be promoted to different positions because they can handle it. You know, they can comb through those minor and minute details. So I think it's kind of fun because if I want to complain, or I want to like, hey, you know what, I'm so annoyed by this or annoyed by that, you know, they can be really fun to talk to. Now, this is interesting as well because I think that they can actually consider themselves to be funny. And it's not that they're like ha-ha funny all the time, but there is this small window of funny where they can sort of talk some noise, they can have their own little funny sense of humor. I think sometimes they want to have more friends. That's important to them, to connect with people. Sometimes they may have some difficulty connecting with people, not all of them, but some of them, and it's probably because of that serious nature that they can tap into. Some ISFJs really love each other, and I've seen some ISFJs not be able to stand each other, especially you put 2 asserters together and they may not care for each other. They can be easy and comforting to talk to if you have a problem. Speaking of funny, I want to show you something funny. Like, this is one of my favorite TV shows. It's a series, it's called Keeping Up Appearances. And the lady who is the main character, her name is Hyacinth, and that's her in the middle. And I really think that she's an ISFJ. She is hilarious. Like, it makes me laugh so hard when I watch this because I think she's an ISFJ, but an ISFJ with some other issues going on. Like, I think there's some narcissism in there. I think there's some obsessive compulsive personality disorder. I've created a video about both of those. One's out right now. One I'm gonna put out, but it might be out by the time you see this video. But anyway, so it's just like a twist and a spin on what is proper etiquette. Her last name is Bucket, but you better pronounce it Bouquet because that just sounds so much better. But everything has a place, all of her fine china. She'll do things like run outside and slam her door so that the neighbors can see her with her beautiful flowers. It's like an ISFJ on steroids. Hyacinth Bouquet goes to incredible lengths in her quest for perfection. Hers is a spick and span house. In marked contrast to Hyacinth's meticulously ordered life, the rest of her family are common. She's going to give you life lessons on the prim and the proper etiquette of how to do things. But it's just funny. It's just hilarious. You just have to see it. Their MBTI prayer is, Lord, help me to be more laid back and help me to do it exactly right. So, you know, they want to be more laid back generally, and sometimes they can tap into that mode. And when they do, they can actually be quite go with the flow in some areas or certain arenas. I remember years ago, I was looking for apartments, and for some reason, I was offending everybody that I went to. Because I was asking different questions like, I don't know, like I'm scared of bugs, and they were offended like, you think we're So anyway, she came with me and she helped me with, we went to like 10 apartments. She was very patient, very nice, very helpful. So they can be very good friends, very loyal. They'll just be good people to be around. And this type's cognitive function is introverted sensing, so it can help them to really categorize things. It's the thing that helps them to be very organized and systematic in doing things the appropriate way. They have different strategies that they use. They have practical systems that they can put into place with ease. They do a fantastic job in the workplace. Like, they know their stuff backwards and forwards and sideways, but they sort of catalog their experiences in life, and they use them to go forward. They have extroverted feeling, which is what helps them to be so caring about people and wanting to look out for people and wanting the best for people. If they're a 5 on the Enneagram, they're going to be really watchful, and they're going to know the ins and outs about different people, about different situations. You would be surprised at how much they knew about what's actually going on and who's doing what and what's happening in this situation. They can communicate with people in a way that helps them to feel comfortable, at ease. They can be very nice people, and they can also be very calming. They're always seeking truth about what life has to offer. So it kind of helps them to balance that logical side to themselves, but then there's that other side of them that's always got people in mind, and how is this going to impact someone. Be kind and caring and helpful to people. They can also be great educators. They just have a natural gift for understanding how mathematic concepts really works. They are great people to hire. They will show up for you. They are great people to have around in our lifetime. They are very dutiful, and they follow through with whatever tasks that are given to them. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that when I put out MBTI videos, you can be the first one to see it. So enjoy your day. Bye.